The footsteps are rushing. The unequal chase is taking place across the fields in the Australian wilderness. Right at the moment the cow was exhausted and about to be pounced by Dingo, the shot was able to stop it. Fortunately, the worst outcome for the cows did not happen. But the real war has not yet come to an end. The invasion of wild dingo is like a long-lasting pain and even causes many controversies within this country. Don't let you wait any longer. Right now, we will find out how Australian farmers deal with thousands of wild dingo dogs. Dingoes were introduced into Australia about 4,000 years ago. From the moment it appeared, Australians had different approaches. Some locals call them dogs. They see them as part of the ecosystem for millennia, and they have the same right to be here as anyone else. Meanwhile, some farmers see this as a pest and a threat that needs to be eliminated immediately. Dingo populations range from the foothills of the rugged southeastern Alps to remote desert regions. They are opportunistic foragers, sometimes scavengers, and their diet often depends on where they live. They hunt for prey such as sheep, goats, rabbits, and reptiles on Fraser Island. It may be hard to believe, but if the buffaloes have an unsuccessful fight, they are also in the dingo food chain. Dingo doesn't even hesitate to approach giant fish. It is poking at the carcass of a decomposing dolphin on the Queensland coast. This is one of the top predators on the Australian steppe. They have the appearance of a dog and they even look quite harmless. But when hunting, its cunning and aggressive personality is extremely similar to that of wolves. Solitary, some dingoes like to hunt alone, others hunt in groups. Of course, the herd advantage will bring dingoes spectacular victories, prey of greater size or quantity. From an ecological perspective, there is some evidence that dingoes may help control the numbers of introduced predators such as feral cats and foxes. Like all apex predators, they also play an important role in keeping ecosystems in balance. For example, by reducing the impact of feral goats and kangaroos on vegetation, but unfortunately, dingoes cannot see the invisible boundaries of their natural habitat. This instantly changed their status from a species worthy of conservation to wild dogs with death sentences. The most shocking case was the disappearance of 9-week-old baby girl Azaria Chamberlain in 1980. At that time, prosecutors thought it was too ridiculous for a dog to commit a crime, and they charged the mother. Then after 10 years, the truth was found: their newborn daughter was taken by a dingo. Most recently, Fraser Island also reported on a 6-year-old boy being attacked by a dingo. Currently, dingo attacks on humans are very rare in Australia, and they usually happen to young children. The rescue team successfully saved the newborn baby from the jaws of a dingo. Dingoes often kill animals they have no intention of eating and often kill more animals than they need for food. That means they don't need to know whether the opponent is in the food chain or not. If they encounter a dingo dog, they will definitely be attacked. Dingo dogs especially like to chase animals that are running away from the group. So whether the dingo is hungry or not, sheep's instinctive escape behavior will trigger the dog's response to chase and attack until the sheep are subdued or too exhausted to defend themselves. According to estimates, damage caused by dingo dogs is about 120 million USD each year. The sudden increase in the dingo population in Australia poses a significant challenge to researchers, environmental managers, and policymakers. Dingoes were the cause of the country's literal separation. The world's longest fence, 560 km runs from western South Saar across the Strzelecki Desert and through southern Queensland to prevent dingoes from entering the relatively fertile southeast of the continent and protecting sheep herds in southern Queensland. Farmers often respond to this threat by killing predators with traps, guns, or fencing them off. However, the method will depend on each person's conditions and dingo behavior in the area. There is a cave of wild dingo dogs about 300 meters from the farm, and farmers regularly see the animals as they drive past the property. These footprints are evidence that they are lurking around the farm. But before the farmers could do anything, their place burned down. The forest fire unintentionally inhibited the development of dingo in the area. It will probably take them some time to find a new habitat. Between the Rocky Mountains and drought-ravaged farms lies a stretch of so-called militarized zones, the front line of the battle between farmers and environmentalists over the survival of dingoes in Australia. Here, ecologists said, "In that area, no dingo dog can live. It will be killed if it goes there." If caught in traps, they moan in terror and pain, and can struggle frantically for 24 hours or more before hunters return to shoot them dead. Dingoes and kangaroos are two of Australia's leading invasive animals. However, they are not on the same front line. A cruel truth: kangaroos are dingoes' favourite food. Wildlife has never been easy for them. Not only is nature harsh, they also have to confront aggressive predators. The paradox is that these kangaroos are larger than dingo dogs, but they still suffer the same fate as other unfortunate prey. In Australia, with the exception of wild dingoes, there are no predators large enough to cause damage to adult kangaroos. Hunters may find marks that indicate a struggle. Both the dingo and its prey often leave deep tracks with splayed toes in the soil accompanied by broken vegetation. They can rely on it to find the dingo's shelter. Amid this extreme heat, the lake is the only thing that attracts wildlife, including dingo and their food. Life-giving lakes also provide easy hunting opportunities. Prey that is many times larger than its body still does not worry dingo. Continuous attacks and provocations came from dingo. To limit the invasion of dingoes, the Australian government has implemented warning measures to reduce the risk of humans encountering dingoes. In addition, dingo is fitted with a collar that serves as a warning signal. Hunting methods were also thoroughly implemented. The Australian government has allocated $110 million to replace all inadequate and unsafe fencing. These new fence structures are typically constructed from stainless steel or metal mesh with a minimum height of 2 m. These improvements aim to improve the control and durability of the fence while minimizing the risk of dingo intrusion. All measures to deal with this king of the wilderness are aimed at the safety of livestock, helping agriculture develop more smoothly. Australian farmers understand that young dingoes will be born to replace the previous generation. They cannot change the laws of nature, but at least they are trying to create pressure to minimize the threat to the economy and social security. With strong life in the harsh land, dingo becomes a part of Australia's ecosystem. A wild dog with many evil crimes, the culprit responsible for the disappearances of children, or a crazy demon attacks farmers' livestock, becoming feared by native species. What impresses you most about dingo? Please comment below in the comments section to let us know.